just give them to Errol and be like, on the condition that you use them to fly away from Corin.
And we're live, by the way. We definitely need a scene of those two together.
I very desperately want it. This session could happen.
And we're live. Yeah. Yeah. You can all tell we're very professional streaming. Welcome to our brand new episode of D&D Aetherseed Cycle of Stars, our D&D lifestyle game set in my own homebrew setting in a modern era of industrialized might and magic and where you can buy cantrips in the pharmacy. Before we jump into things, just quickly go around. People can say who they are and who they are playing, and we'll get things rolling. So, Jade.
Hi, I'm Jade. I'm playing Will Soul, Fire Genasi Cleric. And yeah, we're gonna try and help break my mum out of a very hostile environment. Maybe.
Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat. I am playing RaQui MriTtyur, the Aarakocra Bard / Warlock, and I am not going to be stirring the pot at all this evening.
Oh, Ash.
Hi, I'm Ash. I'm playing Olo Proudburrow, the Lightfoot Halfling rogue. Looking forward to seeing everyone else's family drama today.
Although in the meantime, we'll be thinking, once upon. That will never not be funny. And Nate.
Hi, I'm Nate. I'm playing Errol Raminash, the Craggling Fighter. Absolutely nothing will go awry tonight, I am sure.
Sure. It's perfectly reasonable. So last time, it was a conjugal visit episode. Clara arrived and frolicked with Will. And Corin arrived and, well, there was a discussion, a lot of temper, and Errol got someone to get his ass into gear and go into the nearest Asmodean office to figure out what exactly the details are of his contract, which he now knows. Meanwhile, Will and Clara started discussing what needed to be done to rescue Will's mother from quote-unquote Will's grandfather, the owner of a private military contracting company, a security firm that is more or less shady, to say the least, involved, as far as Will knows, directly in the death of Will's biological parents, and more or less family in general. RaQui was swiftly contacted about this, and RaQui herself had a bit of an encounter with a member of her own family, that being her aunt, and who had made a surprise visit to the honeypot, the honey-based establishment run by her father. But now everyone is gathered at Will's apartment. Oh, sorry, RaQui and Will's apartment. Kind of seem like an open door party at this point. And the latest to arrive, summoned by RaQui and against Will's wishes, is Voltaire, Will's brother, Will's adoptive brother, and his crew. And we kind of left it there. Oh, no. The last thing was RaQui texting Errol to inform him of what the plan is, which presumably will rock the boat. So I think it's perfect that we kick off right there. Errol, you have just received this text.
Where is he? What are they doing? They're eating dinner or something. He stares at it for a bit. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's fine. One week of no stress would have been great, but apparently not. Corin.
Corin at this moment was just, pouring himself a drink, drinking a glass of water. Yes. You've just had a nice day together. You've kind of went out and went to some parks and walked around, I think.
Okay, look, you're not gonna like this, but
He quickly puts the glass down. Uh-huh.
yeah. So my friend's mum has been in trouble for a bit, and apparently everything is kicking off right now. And there's a bit of, well, here, just read the mess that is our lives. And I just hand the phone over to see the text message of RaQui saying, "This is what's happening."
Corin takes the phone, reads it again, reads it a couple more times, goes, right. So what's the plan?
Well, I'm gonna go upstairs and figure out if there is a plan and what it is. Do you want to? This is a really weird question, but do you want to come upstairs?
I mean, if you're going to go, which you are going to go because you're going to go, I might as well do what I can to keep all your dumb asses safe. And talking to you, I might figure out if I need to make some calls and get some. If I need to make a trip to the local branch of the foundation, local chapter, and see if I can pull some resources.
I mean, amazing. I'm hoping that there's some seeker resources we can be pulling on too, but I figure we go upstairs and figure out where they've gotten to. I knew the thump on the ceiling meant something, and I just kind of was hoping it was Clara. Okay.
Oh yeah, the girl who was with Will.
Oh, the girlfriend. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Errol's like,
I don't
want to explain.
He just kind of goes, "Let's go."
That's another mess for another night. The whole Clara business. We head up. I don't text back, but we head upstairs. I assume
Corin and Errol arrive.
Okay, well, there's a lot of you in here.
There's RaQui, there's Will, there's Clara, there's also Voltaire and his 4 companions.
It looks past Voltaire.
It's 3 companions.
Voltaire, when did you get here?
RaQui told me you were all setting up. Called in some favors and got teleported here.
Nice. Corin, Will, RaQui, Olo, that's Will's brother, Voltaire, and then he'll just rattle off the names because
Corin waves to Olo, to RaQui, and to Will, smiling, and then proceeds to introduce himself to the others. Says, I can't help you on the breaking thing. Beyond my skill set. But depending on what you need, I may be able to pull some resources from the foundation for, modules and shit like that. Tech. That's as far as I can get to.
Where are we at? RaQui, I got your message. You said something about you're planning to head out soon. What does that mean? What's the plan? Where have we gotten to? Pointedly isn't really like asking Will, because just assumed RaQui did some of this planning. And then looks at Olo and is like, although heist, Olo, you plan this?
Will pointedly look at RaQui.
Apparently, I was the last point of contact for this.
So, yeah, Ricky's feeling a bit uncomfortable. There's a lot of people currently in her apartment, so she's gonna kind of perch. She's gonna go and perch on the windowsill, open the window, and kind of just perch, because there's a lot of people here, and some people she doesn't really want to talk to.
And you're the one who contacted him.
It's just the awkward
There's a
looking
giant
at everybody.
sign over your head that says "Karma's a bitch."
It's just gonna kind of shoot that look back at Will that kind of gives somebody had to.
Why, Olo, why were you the last? Well, clearly I was the last one to be contacted for good reason. Thank you. Appreciate some of that. But why were you the last person to know? Isn't this literally your skill set?
Yeah, it is literally my skill set, but apparently I don't know. Maybe breaking and entering isn't really my thing. Maybe someone whose job's to like stick their hands up dead people's better at this than me.
Stick that tabled that imagery. Thank you. Where are we at? And Voltaire, you've been in on this. You're part of this discussion.
It's my mom. I mean,
Oh no, I figure you're here to help. I just didn't know if you were a part of the planning stage or you.
I got a message from the doc here, and I just figured I'd pop by. What is the look on Will's face when Voltaire is speaking?
Can I inset check Will?
But more red, more flamey. But this.
I mean, Voltaire has a 15 roll on the inside immediately, because he is looking at you and is clocking the face. Are you even trying to hide anything?
No, okay. No. There's no hiding this
Okay,
face.
then tell me what are they reading from you?
Heat.
Is she angry? Is she angry?
She's not so angry. She's just more like, so spoken behind my back to two people now who I didn't want to have involved, and now they're both involved. I should have just done this on my own.
So Walter goes, to give me the message. I asked immediately, got my crew, came here. If we're gonna get mom, we're gonna get mom. And little sis, we're gonna table that look for later.
I mean, she is your mom. I expect you to be involved at least by the time we were planning stuff. So resources, what have we got? What are we looking at?
Well, I got me and I got my crew. That's about it.
I got Errol looks at his crew and is like, anyone? Shoots Corin a look like,
this
is why we came
depending on
upstairs.
if you can give me a shopping list, I can provide some things. That's
Clara, sweetheart, can you please provide a potential shopping list of what you might need?
You do guns, weapons, explosives, high yield. No. More utility stuff, some modules here and there. We do have some combat modules in the works. More on the offensive side from some military contracts. But, nothing high yield, as you would say. And Carl goes, okay, fine. I can get us a shopping list of a few things that we might need. But yeah, I think early thing is we need blueprints of the facility. I have some preliminary, but I think Olo knows it. I think you pointed out when we were talking that likely the facility looks very different in the inside or other floors or anything. So if we can find a way, anyone who can do that. I think you already asked a friend of yours to look into that. Who's Aldara? You guys already asked for that, I think. Did you, or was it pending?
I think Olo contacted Aldara at the end of last session.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So friend of yours apparently looking into that. I think we need people. Just I mean, there's us, but if we can get more people, because there's all the chances that this is gonna go infiltration, but we're gonna be fighting our way out. There's all the chances of that. Never plan for a mission to go perfectly. Assume shit's gonna hit the fan and plan accordingly.
What about the Seekers? Can we?
We can get the Seekers involved, but first we need to confirm a crime has taken place.
I got. We know she's a missing person, and I have the evidence of her being transported onto, at least loaded onto a transport to be brought here. I have that evidence.
So we just need to tie her to the people in that building.
Well,
Ricky had it in the file.
oh, there's
Some
a file.
information. Yeah, apparently.
Well, I was gonna say there were. Would you be willing to submit one of those recordings? That pretty succinctly ties her to them with her own words.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters whichever one is not going to incriminate her any more than it needs to.
Yeah, I can do that.
I mean, Seekers are worth a shot.
I think Seekers are definitely worth a shot. If nothing else, potentially we can utilize some resources and maybe get some extra manpower. We got to put this forward as a crime, or just that someone's in danger?
Someone's in danger. Innocent is in danger, I think. Was what was said last time. What was said before you came up.
Okay. So let's call that in. Ticker, we can go speak to him, maybe directly. Or maybe RaQui should be the one taking this because she's our highest ranking member here.
I think you want Olo to take it, given that this is his area of expertise, because I'm going to get asked questions I can't answer.
You just go as a group.
Yeah, let's just all go. Well, us four.
Yep.
Oh,
Unless you want to stay here with your house, RaQui.
Oh no, she's coming.
And where exactly are all of these people going? Because they are not staying here.
No, they can go in my place. Literally, like, there.
Voltaire goes, awesome. Guys, my sister has the good food. Let's go in.
I just, like, toss him the key.
Corey, you want to stay here with Voltaire and go over what they might need?
I can wait downstairs. Unless you need me to come with you for any reason.
I don't know. It might be a good idea to know what resources we might need, but then if you can get them, great.
And let's all go then.
Come see this side of life.
We'll get presumably on Ricky's car.
Do we all fit? I think we do, just about.
Yeah, so it's a tight fit. Fortunately, you're all people of different sizes, so...
I think Errol's got the front seat again because he takes up the most room.
Just before Will goes, though, she will go into her place, give her brother a look, to be like, don't destroy anything. And then
I'm
she'll
not gonna
go
try anything,
and
but that look you gave me back there, we need to talk about that look.
we could talk about it later. And she'll go into her room and find where she put the tapes, and she'll find one, and then probably one of the later ones where she didn't want to go back. And then meet these guys again.
You come out, Clara's having a chat with your brother, just, kind of meeting up.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
I love this.
When
You're
you're going,
gonna come
says,
back and they'll
Clara,
be playing
right?
Happy Families.
Do me a favor. Keep an eye on my sister. She's kind of a handful.
Ha!
And then just grins at you.
Oh, trust me, I'm more than a handful. She already knows this.
That makes me feel so much more confident. You're a saint, Clara. You're a saint. Clara's just giggling and walking after you.
Mm-hmm.
Internally, Clara's like, "Oh, she's the handful."
If only he knew.
Yep, that's what Will's also thinking. I was like, he has no idea.
You're likely going to find out very soon.
Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna like her. It's gonna be
You
fine.
all go to the Seekers Guild. Big, tall building with the Seekers crest on it. And you're all coming through the front door with Clara and Corin, and Errol's supposed to be out of the office. All right, so Sother clocks this and goes, should I be meeting room?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll have Ticker come see you. Okay. And she starts making calls.
Errol subtly just points out Aldara's picture to Corin on the wall.
That explains so much. His Weaver takes a photo of it.
He's gonna text it to her and be like, "I found you."
He does, for a moment, look at Noresi's picture. And he's like, that guy seems familiar. I'm sure I've seen him in some, TV thing.
Oh, yep. That's true.
You all go into the meeting space, the meeting room. You sit around, and Tigger arrives and says, I have a feeling I'm not going to like this one, so lay it on me.
A nudge Olo.
Will, do you want to set the groundwork first?
Okay, so we have a missing persons case that basically being kept hostage currently. Here is some evidence of this person not wanting to be with said group, as that is my grandfather, supposedly. Not really much of one. And yes, so my mother has been kidnapped by her father, and she needs to be rescued because she's being held against her will.
Ara also provides this. Here's some evidence that I gathered when trying to put pieces all together of them putting on her transport. You can clearly see she's not happy about it. And he says, okay, let me go through this. And says, but just to answer, so your mother is being held against her will?
Yes.
Got it. We can work with that. Second, who has her and where is she?
So my grandfather has her, and she is in what's the facility called?
It's a warehouse in the warehouse district.
Yes.
in
He
minus
wants
the.
he wants the name of the company
Yeah, I think he had like
that your grandfather runs, whatever their military sub-organization is called. But I don't remember what it was off the top of my head.
but I do know that it is, if I remember correctly, under the guise of security.
Most of them are. I'm gonna throw there's a bone to you. The name of the thing is Shadow Reign. Reign as in government reign, kind of rulership. You might message that. Oh, okay. So big military contractor, right? Fortunately, it's Cardis. Those are a penny a pop. Right. So I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna review this just to make sure that we can cover our bases. But if it is as you say, then we have in our charter we do have the right to do this, and we can bring people in and go in and help out and get someone out. Okay. Let me just call someone. And he presses. He actually just waves his hand over the table, and like this full display appears. And he presses a button. Peacecraft, I need you here. And immediately, a panel on the ceiling opens, and he descends. He goes, "Yeah, we're gonna be breaking and entering to a highly secure military facility. Got anything? I may have some things." And he looks around. "Oh, hey, how is it? Everyone's here." And then he looks at Corin. "I know you." Corin's like,
Yeah, Errol's looking between them like, really?
I don't see how. Yeah, you're one of those hacks from the foundation.
Oh no.
You see Corin immediately goes like full. If he had feathers, they would be completely ruffled. Was it? Excuse me? Yeah, one of those that released that really faulty code, really, really shitty code, and they made it proprietary. Bad form. Whereas I released it to the public.
Oh, yeah.
And then the pieces fit in Corin's brain. Goes, aha. I know who you are now. Okay.
He's like,
I think you and I are due a discussion on boundaries. Pete goes, boundaries are for losers. Bye. And goes up the ceiling.
Errol's like, yeah. Nope, not touching that one.
Corin goes deadly quiet. Tigger on the other hand goes, right, that is none of my problem and it's not relevant to the situation.
Yep.
I don't care. Doc, anything else you can provide?
What I can't remember exactly what the background information I had on her granddad from the file. I'm basically gonna give him like that detail, but take out the personal stuff.
What you know of him, the general, you couldn't find his name. Just the general. He is the leader of Shadowrain. He is from an unknown military, but he's been seen in pretty much every battlefield on the planet, from every minor dispute to major, from suppression of rioters to actual skirmishes near some of the borders of some of the countries that are kind of in contention with one another. And there's very little footage of him, but what there is impressive. Big giant guy, Goliath. His appearance is unusual. Most Goliaths have very short hair. In this setting, Goliaths aren't bald. They're not, fully hairless. They more or less just are regular people, but tend to be on the shorter or thinner hair. He has what looks like a full, lion-like mane and beard. Completely ginger. He is thoroughly ginger, bright orange. Well, I don't know if that's ginger, but it is bright orange. And of course, thus soulless, but that's another thing entirely. There's footage of him in armor, out of armor. Usually carry what footage there is has him carrying two meaty big axes. But he commands this entire company with an iron fist. The personal information almost non-existent. Location, you can guess. He appears when there's only public sightings of him when he wants there to be.
So I just pass that along to Ticker and just say this is the background information that we have, not to be underestimated.
Fucking hell. Okay. I cannot risk some of our low-end people on this. Not to mention that I have sent most of our silvers back to every day, because apparently they got a sequel of a squid problem. So I had to send a whole lot of them over there to take care of things, leaving us at a bit of a deficit. So I'll just I'll get Zother and myself, and we'll go with you. That should be enough, and Peacecorp will provide any and all material he can provide. Corin's well, if you can provide me a shopping list of requirements, I could get you things from the Foundation. Ticker looks at him and says, that's very generous, thank you. But also quickly gives a glance up at the ceiling.
He's like, thank you.
Yeah, don't fuck with me. Says, very well, okay. I'm going to check this. I'll get back to you. It's going to take me a few hours to get through this. Once that I've confirmed that we can get him, that the Seekers can get involved officially, and Sother and I will meet you wherever you want us to meet, and we'll hit the place with you. In the meantime, any information you can figure out, find it out, and let's see where this goes.
Thank you.
If you need anything else, just give me a call. Tigger takes the pieces of information you give him and starts to head out.
What has Errol been told about the Shadow Rain? Because I know I watched a few of the videos with Will, but
I don't think you've been told anything.
has he heard of them in any context outside of
Make a history check.
this situation? Because military and police background. History. Don't think I'm trained. Nope. So just a straight roll. See what we can do. 17? It's not bad.
17, even with your background knowledge, The thing with military contractors and private security firms is that they're very circumstantial. You need to either be involved in their business or need their business. But you've worked a few cases where you were dealing with people of, let's call it, higher social status, and the names come up a few times in terms of dealing with private security. The only thing you know about them from more secondhand knowledge from other detectives is that their security guards are, when they're providing security, they very much go full roadblock. Like, they do enough for it not to be an like complete obstruction of justice. Like, when you fall into that, but do their best to actually obstruct investigations, and often prefer to deal with things for the clients themselves, and that usually means bodies are going to be dropped. But even with that, your knowledge of them is incredibly limited.
Real small. Okay.
But from what you gather, you don't fuck around with these people, and they don't fuck around.
Okay, so we're walking into a bad
Lion's
situation.
Den, really. Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna pass that information on, and then I don't Aldara, if she can find actual blueprints that are real and not whatever the surface level stuff is, I think that's going to be pretty clutch if we can have an actual lay of the land and not, that whatever is out there to the public is not going to be real.
You're also sitting going goes. So what now? Do we just wait?
We'd head back. I don't know what. We still don't have a list of things that we need, and we don't know what Peacecraft is providing. We've got Ticker and Suther on side, so that's two
Or it
more
goes,
people.
I wouldn't trust anything that he provides, but that's just me.
Well, I mean, I didn't realize that you would know each other. Well, I guess I had heard of his name, but never met him before.
Not important. There's far more important things going on.
Yeah. I leave it to you, Will. I'm here. I hope you save your mom. You just tell me what you need from me.
Or it goes, I need weapons. Kind of very recently kicked out, so don't have, kind of left what few guns I have back home. So this ceiling opens and drops. I can help you with that, and then goes back away again.
Yeah. Side-eye Corin. He does that a lot. That's his thing.
It's like, I can't help you with weapons, so that bit I don't care. I just don't trust him. I wouldn't trust him on anything modules. There's no peer review, no iteration, no quality control on some rogue programmer's products.
Errol's just like, I'm gonna fall on us.
There's a beeping. There's a beeping of like messaging coming in on the
on
like
Weavers?
no, on like the that
desk.
Yeah, on like the desk and like that, like AR display. You press it. You press it. Goes. You're still a hack, and shuts down.
Oh, I don't know why I expected anything else to come out of there.
Coin looks okay. So are we going?
Yeah, maybe we should go back and regroup with Voltaire and his group, and let's start making an actual plan. Olo, do you want to check in with Aldara?
Yeah, sure. I'll contact her.
Side eyes.
It's
That
only
was
been a
very
few hours since you contacted
weird
Aldara,
response.
so she hasn't, there's still time for her to do things. As you're all leaving, and you're heading out, the door to the Seekers building opens. And walking in, as you're walking out, is Sirius. Behind him is a man in a green lab coat who still looks high as fuck. In fact, is still smoking like a joint. Like, sees the no smoking sign and kind of druid crafts it into like a chia pet and puts it on the table. Oh, hello. Pleasure to see you all. I'm sorry, I'm in your way. And he moves past you to let you pass and go out. He begins to head for the reception.
Errol does the slow walk so everybody else gets out before him.
Corin
just
grabs
like natural.
you. Corin grabs your arm. Says, "What's going on?"
Keep walking for a sec.
Gives you make a persuasion check.
Wasn't great. 10.
And he looks at you. Takes a moment and gives you a steady look, staring in your eyes. Says, "Is this dangerous?" I'll let your friends know. And walks out with everyone else.
I'm
Once I
following
get
them.
out,
He's just hanging at the back so that he's directly behind everybody.
Yeah, Corin assumed that everyone else was leaving and you're the only one who clocked this, so he is moving to join them.
once outside, I'm gonna shoot a message to Ticker and be like, so you know that guy that we told you about with the massive like drug factory? He's just walked into reception. Thought you'd like to know.
There's a there's an ellipsis of writing. And he goes, "Joy."
He's like, fuck my life.
As he finishes approaching reception, so he's like, "Welcome to the Seekers Guild. Can I help you today?" And you see Tigger already walking from says, "Yes, I wish to put a complaint on that man and the 3 companions of his that walked out. They've been harassing me and my business and have the last time sent officials to my," and pulls up papers, "legal factory, accusing me of producing drugs." And she comes, "Well, fuck. Let's take this to a meeting room, sir, Mr. Sirius." And the ring rings to him. Ticker has been checking the files that have been, the information you gave him. And says, "Right. If you will follow me, we can discuss this." Sirius and Ticker move to go to the meeting room. What do you do, Errol?
And I'm gonna walk out to everybody else and kind of like nab closest to, so probably Corin and whoever else was at the back, and just continue moving with them. And I'll be like, "Oh, just so we're all aware, he is making a formal complaint." Ticker's with him. He got there fast.
He could complain all he wants.
You know things are not black and white ever. We know what he's up to, but
Mm-hmm.
he's got cover.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he has very good cover if he's here making complaints. I look at Corin and I'm like, run into him a few times. It was not great.
Okay, so he's here making a complaint. What's the worst that can happen?
That I don't know. Probably that we aren't allowed to go investigate him anymore.
Which we don't want to do anyway because he's
Nope.
scary. So
Yep.
Well,
Win-win.
next time we see him, we can just be like, "Oh, sorry, it was the Seekers who sent us on your trail again. We already weren't going to
No.
investigate you anyway." Literally, it's been 2 jobs, 2 completely innocent jobs,
Yep.
and we've ended up finding him there. So it's not actually our fault that we end up being given the jobs that he is currently part of.
It is
All
indeed.
true. It doesn't make any difference.
I know,
Whatever.
but
That's
still.
a fallout for another day. I don't care about that right now.
Nope,
I'm
neither
just
do I.
letting you all know. I fucking hate that guy.
You leave and Ricky,
I look around for the gnome.
No. You also didn't see him at the factory.
No, I know. That doesn't mean he's not somewhere.
He is under the car. Just Ricky, you get a call. It's from Ticker. It's a few minutes later, as after you've driven away.
I answer it.
Can you talk?
Yeah.
Okay, so the last time when you gave me that tip of, big factory, I kind of took it on your word. Please tell me you have hard evidence of anything illegal going on with that guy. Tell me you have actual evidence of actual drugs. You have a sample, something. Because otherwise, we're looking at some deep shit here.
So there was evidence. I had to hand my Weaver over to Peacecroft to see whether or not he could retrieve said evidence, of which would have been a picture of the original situation. So not the
Yeah.
not the factory, but the previous case where we were looking for the missing tourists. If Peacecroft was able to retrieve that from my Weaver, then yes, that's your evidence. But he's a bit of a tricky guy.
For the record, that evidence was of the deal taking place.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get Peacecraft and I'll get back to you. And hangs up.
I couldn't remember if it was a photo or if you were filming it, because you had a photo of him as well in his suit.
I think it was both. Errol made me delete everything. So
he had the suit for the suit for the entire time, and only dropped it when he was alone with Errol.
Yeah. Yeah, because then we got chased out by his very angry gnome friend.
Yep.
And Errol was just more concerned with getting everybody out because nobody could breathe in the toxic environment.
By the time you arrive at RaQui at your place at the apartment building, RaQui, you get a follow-up call.
Yeah.
Okay. Peace has provided the information. That just shows a business deal going on. Shady as it might look, it does look incredibly shady. It's not hard evidence. If this guy is really up to no good, then someone needs to get me hard evidence of it. And then, I'm not saying you, but I can put resources on this to look into things.
So this is the last couple of cases that we've had. So the one with the missing child and the one with the missing tourists, plus prior to joining the Seekers, this is now the third occasion that we have run into this guy. All three situations.
I have checked with the people in Meru. There is no arrest record for him.
No.
There is nothing of what you provided. Nothing. There's no corroboration. The police there have no evidence of him.
He was arrested, though, wasn't he?
He was arrested. He was processed.
He was arrested.
He confessed to everything.
Errol's like, hang on, what do you mean nobody there has evidence of that? There was a whole case.
I'm telling you what I got from Meru. Not a single record exists of him even stepping inside a police station. Or him being arrested, processed, nothing exists.
And the captain said that was normal, or was she pissed off about it?
Hang on a second. I wouldn't have this call on speaker. So I'd be having this conversation with Tika myself because I don't want to draw away from the situation with Will's mum.
We got back. Okay, yeah.
We've got back.
I thought you were driving, sorry.
Okay, so that pretty much he tells you that same thing, but just to you. Yeah.
So that doesn't surprise me at all. In the slightest, he managed to escape being arrested, and the circumstances around him. This is not just one person. This is multiple people that have seen this. I can understand why there is no record, because he is a really shady guy. This is exactly the reason why when we spotted him at that factory with the missing child, we did not get involved, because we knew the fallout from it would be catastrophic. This guy, we don't know what he's into, but he is absolutely not to be trusted, and just he is all kinds of bad rolled into one. So it doesn't surprise me that evidence has gone missing along the way. He has connections all over the place that just keep popping up.
And then I'm going to ask you this, Doc. Let's take care of Will's mom first. But after that, do we build a case against this guy? Do we try to get him, or do we leave him alone? Because if this guy is really up to no good, if people are going to get hurt, we need to intervene.
Yeah, I agree. Will's mum needs to be the priority at the moment. So let me hold off having the conversation with the rest of the guys until then. Let's get Will's mum safe, and then I think that needs to be a discussion with the wider group, because it's not just me that's interacted with these guys, it's everybody. With this guy, it's everybody. And I think that needs to be something that we discuss and go, do we leave him alone because of the issues that he's causing? Are we prepared to deal with it? Or do we start building that case?
In the meantime, I have to tell you that officially, you are not to approach him in any capacity. Though I know that you already didn't want to, so that's fine.
That's fine. Obviously, if we happen upon him, we will turn around and walk away, but we can't help it.
I mean, he threw lawyers at me and everything. I'm fairly certain he can sue me into oblivion. Fortunately for me, our lawyers are better. You have no idea how many stupid disputes we'll get into. But
I can imagine.
In the meantime, let's just focus on your friend's mother, and we'll deal with this headache later. But I'll get some people working on it. At least some trying to get me some information from Meru that doesn't match the official line.
No worries. Sorry to drop so much on your lap in one day.
No, it comes with the territory, and as you said it, you have not been actively going after him. You've been doing other things. Just been weirdly related to him.
Yeah.
Which
Let's sort out.
worries me so much if random tourists are meeting up with this guy.
Yeah, I agree. Let's sort out Will's mum, and then we'll reconvene with everybody together and go from there.
Talk to you later, Doc.
Cheers.
And hangs up. And you're all now in the building again.
Like the paranoia to start overly looking at everything. Okay, I'll take everybody up to Will's room, I guess, whilst Ricky is downstairs having this, or outside in the hallway having the conversation.
As you're coming to, Corin goes back to your place. Says I need to make some notes. Some things I think I need to ask for, but yeah, I'll you go with him and talk whatever you need to talk about.
Sorry, I'll wait with you.
As you're coming to your place, Will, you feel the waft of the scent of popcorn.
Does it smell burnt?
Nope, smells perfectly fine.
Good.
You open the door, and the four of them are sitting on your sofa watching TV. Hey, you're back.
Yep.
Oh, are we getting some seeker support?
Yes. Yes, we are. And I am going to steal a couple pieces of his popcorn as I go past.
It's tasty. It's really tasty.
It's fine. Look, that's what siblings do, right? They just steal each other's food.
Look, check it out. I bet you don't know this one. He just grabs a few kernels, like clenches his fist. It lights up, and they pop in his hand.
That's so unsanitary.
Hey, it's fire. It's incredibly sanitary.
I know.
Sibling food fights at their finest. Burning hot popcorn.
Mira stands up and approaches you and says, "Are you okay?"
Hmm?
I know your girl is here, but you need someone to talk to. Someone who won't tell anything to him if you don't want me to.
I don't know if I could trust you yet, because apparently I can't trust her. Points to Ricky. I just feel betrayed at the moment.
At that, Walter stands up, comes to you and says, do you all mind if I take my little sister away for a moment?
I mind.
Sure, use my apartment.
I'm not asking you. And Clara goes, I'm not getting in the middle of this one. Mira goes, I would, but I'm hungry for some popcorn, and goes back to the
She's
sofa.
betrayed again.
So let's go into your room for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
You go in, he closes the door. Okay, so what the fuck is going on? You've been giving me the stink eye since I arrived.
Yeah, maybe because I didn't want you involved.
And why the fuck would you not want me involved? When you're going against a military contractor, you're going against people who are gonna kill you. What, you want me to just be back home and just find out, oh, by the way, your mom and your sister died, and you could have been there to help? Is that what you want from me? To be alone at home crying because my poor sister died?
No, because I was hoping if I could at least save Mum, then at least you'd have her.
He smacks you over the head. Are you an idiot?
Yes.
I'm not gonna let either of you die, and not me either. We're all gonna get out of there, and it'll be fine. Because, I'm here. I will look at your girl is already gonna be, looking out for you. I'll be looking out for all of you. And then, we'll get Mom and it'll be fine. You need backup. You know that, right? And I'm fairly good at what I do.
Yeah, but I already got you in problems beforehand. I don't want to get you in issues again.
I mean, that was fun with the cops. This is another country, and I'm not here. Legally, I'm not here. So if anything goes on, I can just make a call and have me ported back home. So I was never here.
Okay.
Okay. He gives you a hug. And he goes, "Really? I'm very good at what I do."
And I don't doubt that. I thought if you weren't here, then I was protecting you.
That's the thing. You don't need to protect me. We need to protect each other. That's how it works. We cover each other. Well, that's what some family's about. Aside from, throwing your little brothers down the stairs, padded as they may be,
Mm-hmm.
you also cover each other.
I know.
Besides, you do realize that if I hadn't gone, Dad would have come out and say, "What the hell aren't you there?" Just he would.
I was hoping he wouldn't.
You don't know your parents.
I do know my parents, unfortunately, and I can hope.
Hope springs eternal, and he says as he leaves the room.
Mm-hmm.
Clara comes in and says, "Are you okay? Do I need to kick his ass?"
I mean, I'd like to see you try. I'm sure you probably could, but I'd like to see.
I heard that. I mean, I can take him.
I know you can.
If it gets to trouble, there's a window. He can. I want to see if he can fly.
From experience, I know that I can't fly, so I doubt he can.
I believe in the scientific method. You tested.
Keep trying. Fail once, try again.
I feel that way about many things.
Yep.
And kind of the little waggle of the eyebrows. But that discussion is done. Vulture waits for you all to come out and says, "Okay, so what's next?"
Well, I guess what day is all of this meant to be going down with the deadline?
Oh.
Do you want to
Clara goes, "We are blind on this, so I think the sooner we can do it, the better. But also, we need to be prepared."
Prepared? Yeah. So, I guess we just wait a little bit, see what we can get, what help we can get. Is there any news, Olo, on Blueprint?
I spoke to her earlier. She hasn't got anything yet.
Okay.
You will all get messages from Aldara at the same time. The photos show her lab, that entire room with all the computers, the mainframes, everything on fire. Then the next that comes is an audio recording, and it's speaking in that voice to text kind of voice.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "Sorry, can't speak. Spoken elation. Found the data, sending it now. They tracked me back and overloaded all our generators. We're evacuating. Everything's on fire. I'm fine, but can't talk for now. Be careful." And
Errol's looking at Corin and is like, I don't think you should be.
you show this to Corin?
No, he's like looks at his phone and gives Corin a look that's like, shit.
What's going on?
The lab. Hang on.
You're not there.
I
I
text
said
back.
all four of you got the message.
Yep.
The
You're
lap's on
not
fire.
there. So you're lucky.
It's also not where Corin worked. Completely
No,
separate parts of the building.
Errol like frantically texts back like, "You're okay though." Like
There is
everybody
no
got out.
response. There is no response.
But it's okay. But it is the same building, even though it's separate parts. So
Yes,
still they'll be evacuating. So
yeah.
at least he's not there.
Yeah, the way the foundation works, they have several buildings, and even those like things are not housed in stacked floors. But there are some things like hidden to the side, to the left, in different places. Because they have like a mountain behind them. It's just different kind of silos or different bunkers, really. This is one of them, and that one had to be evacuated. What it means for the foundation in general, you don't know. But you have traveled that way before,
Yeah.
so you know there are like gigantic hallways and elevators that take you everywhere. So there's a lot of separation.
So hopefully their fire system is not linked. Otherwise, he would have had
who
to
knows?
be evacuated.
Maybe the next call is from someone telling that something happened to Errol's mom. That's what didn't happen.
That was my next thing was texting mom like, "Are you okay? I heard what happened."
Tells you, what? I'm home. So what's going on? Errol, you immediately get a call. Errol, honey, what the hell are you talking about?
We got a message from Aldara. The lab's being evacuated.
Okay, I need to make a call. Bye. And hangs up. Corin looks at the phone and says, "Okay, I was trying to play it cool before. I'm worried, Errol.
Is
this really the kind of thing you should be handling? And I mean you, as in you, everybody. This is the kind of thing you should be handling, or maybe this is more call, I don't know, powerful people to handle it. I don't know how any of this works."
That's why we went to the Seekers. Well, we are Seekers, but that's why we went to see if we could get extra Seekers. But all of our higher ranking members are elsewhere right now because apparently everything is on fire. Not literally, just figuratively. I don't know who else we can call in for this. I don't even know how we find out more information in what the hell we're walking into if Aldar is the one that usually can hack into anything, and if this is what's happened.
You wanna know what we're walking into?
Goddamn shit show.
I mean, that's Sunday.
and Will go into her room. She'll find one of the tapes, and she will put it on.
Wait, so sorry. Errol was having this discussion in his flat. Because remember the Corian stayed behind.
Oh, yes, he
at,
did.
Flat, so.
I'm downstairs.
Good point. Never mind. I retract that. But I will, however, put one of the tapes on and be like, this is what we're dealing with.
What do you show?
It'll be one of the ones where she was basically talking about what they were doing. And about her dad, and because it's kind of when the war was happening as well, so it's kind of like very prominent. So that's what she'll be sharing with them, and she'll also be like, yeah, buckle up for some family time.
Okay. Tigger comes back to you a few hours later, near the end of the day. He goes, okay, I've gone over everything. We have enough to have a legitimate reason to go in. So it will be, and Sother will be going in with you to provide support. We asked some of the reserves that we have here. We got a third person that we can. Like I said, a lot of people are already engaged in things they cannot put aside. Particularly our higher ranked ones are taking care of things. Let's just call them socially important. As in, either a lot of people are going to die or are going to have far-reaching consequences. But we gotta. I mean, I've seen her fucking rap sheet at this point, and she could help. The attitude needs some fixing, but it's our junior librarian. And she forwards essentially the personnel sheet for Mintra.
It's Mintra.
Mintra's photo on the thing is her. There's two photos. One, her crossing her arms and just glaring at the camera, and the other one is her one arm over her chest, glaring at the camera and flipping it off. He volunteered. I wasn't about to say no, and she said RaQui would understand. So, not going to question it.
Oh, friend.
Peace said he's going to need a couple of days to scrounge things up for everybody. Including apparently weaponry. Like, that one was a new one for me, but apparently Clara asked for some weapons. And I've been hearing him giggling in his workshop, and that worries me. But, whatever. Yeah, it's going to take up a couple of days to get everybody geared up. Orin, on his own, on the other, talking to you, says, I have a few ideas, but I'll need to go to the foundation tomorrow, and it's going to take me a day or so to, get all the permissions for pulling this off, all the paperwork and everything. I might not come, if we're doing this, I might not come home tomorrow and just stay over there doing everything.
Yeah, okay. Do you I realize you've already said this, but I'm just double checking. You've heard everything that's been going on and all the shit that has just happened in the space of a few hours of this. You absolutely want to be involved.
Errol goes, what other choice do I have? Hmm? Let my husband go in there willy nilly without me providing any support? Hmm?
Okay. I get that. The same reason I do this.
Then, sweetheart, shut up and let me just do this, okay?
Okay.
He comes to you, hugs you, gives you a kiss, grabs his things, and I'll get a cab. I need to go there. You know what? No, I can go there tomorrow morning. Let's just have a nice dinner and forget that the world is burning for 30 seconds.
Well, that would be ideal. I think Mum will probably call me back in a bit though, just so you know, because literally that is burning, and I guess she's making calls.
Your mom just sends a text and says, all good, no worries. And again, says, did I send an old journal to you?
Yeah.
I was throwing that out. I didn't mean to send it to you. Sorry.
It's all right. It's I opened it because I wondered what it was. It's a whole can of things. I don't know what I expected from something that belonged to him.
It takes her a while to respond. She says, there's nothing I can say about that one. If you want to go down this rabbit hole, it is your right to do so. But I'm not the person you're gonna need to talk to. In absence of first party testimony, your only other option is your uncle.
Right. Oh, figured.
As well, great uncle. You know what you know, but you know what I mean.
You think he'd be open to discussing family stuff? He didn't seem like he wanted to discuss anything with me. Like he's trying to.
It's a complicated past, but it doesn't. If you want to know, your only choice is ask.
I love you, Mom.
Love you too, honey. And presumably that's where the message chain ends. RaQui and Olo, what are you up to on this fine night?
Feeling a little bit uncomfortable, so I'm probably gonna kind of like sneak back off to my apartment.
Leaving Will and company watching the world's most uncomfortable home movies.
Yeah. It's also a little bit awkward with her and her brother as well. So I'm like, I don't want to say something that I shouldn't say, so I'm going to avoid this situation.
As you're getting into your apartment, the door to Will's opens, and Voltaire comes into the hallway. Says, "Hey, Doc," and it, like comes to us and says, "My sister might be bitching about this right now, but you did the right thing. Thank you."
No need to thank me. She'll get over it. I just need to remind her that if she's going to interfere in my shit, she doesn't get to be pissed off when I interfere in hers.
That's fair enough, and looks like a topic I really don't want to know more about. So I'll leave you to it, Doc.
Cheers.
And he goes back in Will's apartment. Olo, what are you up
Yeah.
to?
Olo's also booking it back to his own apartment. He's not about big groups of people at the best of times, especially with this tension. So he's going to go back to his room, just go over his kit, prepare everything. Got a couple of days. He wants to see what he needs to buy, procure for this.
Is there anyone you want to contact to bring into this?
No, no one at all.
Tea leaves, tea leaves, tea leaves.
Yeah, I was considering that. I thought, yeah, what would tea leaves want? Maybe a way back into the faculty.
You don't. Here's the thing. You just as I'm gonna just throw this out. Just as Will didn't know what you would do and just assumed what you would do in this situation, you're doing the same thing right now.
Yeah. But I'd never tried to kill Will.
Or, for the record, to put the record straight, Tea Leaves was trying to do a job and you all got violent with him. He just was violent back.
Yeah, potato, potato.
Okay. Next day comes and Corin leaves in the morning to go to the Foundation. You all know that Peacecraft is in the middle of creating goodies. You have essentially 2 days to prepare for everything. So if there's anything you wish to do downtime wise or, other activities, you have the time to do so. For example, if RaQui wants to go to the storage locker, you can do it now. If Errol wants to go kill people, he can do it now.
I did think about that, but I was like,
If Will wants to go participate in Iron Chef, she can do it now. So up to you what you wish to do.
got a weird left field thing. Errol's gonna go find Olo. In the morning because Corin's fucked off to do the help action. So I'm knocking on Olo's door. Probably what Errol would consider not early, but probably early for Olo. It's like 8.
Olo just opens the door. What?
You're up. That's good. I've got a weird question, and before I do the thing, look, you're the one leading this operation as far as I'm concerned. None of us are criminal backgrounds. Well, Voltaire, but we won't go there.
Okay, just spit it out. Say what you want to say.
I don't know if it would help or that anything would even come of it, but I could theoretically message my uncle. He might know something, but I don't know anything about him really, only that he's been pretty well connected to a lot of things.
Okay. He might have information, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested in knowing what he has. But how would you feel about having him back in your life like that?
I complete again, not relevant right now, but I might be looking to speak to him anyway. But I was going to wait until after this, and then I thought maybe actually now would be a good time to ask for something. But the last time I asked for something, he wanted something in return. He might not for just some direction.
If I was you, and I already planned to talk to him, I'd ask him this favour. And then you can judge whether or not what he asked for in return is worth it.
Sure. Okay. Right, I'll see if I can. I don't think he'll answer a phone call, but I can message him and maybe he'll contact me. That's usually how this has worked.
All right, cool.
I'm
Let me
gonna
know
go.
how it goes.
Thanks. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm fine.
You sure? You seemed kind of off.
Yeah, I'm just working through a few things.
Yeah, family stuff will do that to you. I am well aware. If you need to talk or just, I don't know, run, that sometimes helps me clear my head.
Yeah, looks down at his legs. Looks up. Not my forte.
I'd run with you. I can slow run, jog, walk.
Olo can weave in out of it in between his legs.
I'm just, we're friends, Olo. If you need something, I'm here.
I just need time at the moment. No, go make that phone call.
Gotta make a phone call. I messaged the last number that I had for Giovanni because I think I've had like 3 at this point. And I just message got a moment, question mark.
You got to call immediately from an unknown
Yeah.
number.
I answer it.
Hello, nephew.
I really didn't think, doesn't matter. Hi.
I've had your number for months now, so.
I'm in the middle of a case for a friend, and I wondered if you knew anything about Shadow Rain.
Ooh, fun people. As
Fun
if
people,
you
so
consider merciless death, murder, and torture, fun.
Yep, we've ascertained that much.
I would advise you not to mess with them, but I don't think if you're calling me, it's not an option. So, what do you need, nephew?
They have my friend's mother, and we want to get her out. For full disclosure, that particular mother is the daughter of the general.
Ooh. I can help you. I can provide the means to, say, remove any obstacle in your path.
That me.
Is this something that would please you?
I mean, I'm calling to ask for your help. Any help you can give is
My courier will be with you within an hour. I will call you at that time. And he hangs up.
thank you.
Meanwhile, this is happening. RaQui, what are you doing? You've woken up, and I'm sure you have to compete for the coffee now because I think there's a whole queue for that one at Will's place. For the record, in your apartment, Will, Voltaire and his friends kind of organize themselves, kind of in your living room, leaving you and Clara in your room, full privacy. Didn't make a single noise. Perfect house guests.
Yeah, I kind of guessed that. Luckily, there would have been some blankets at least. Give them.
There's some blankets, but you can tell these people are from the way some of them are actually, the way they're laying down. You get the feeling sleeping on the floor is not the first. It's not a first time for them. So RaQui, what are you gonna do?
I'm probably gonna skip the coffee from Will's because until she's kind of like calmed down a bit, I'm just gonna avoid that situation.
You're thinking there may be some extra additives to the coffee.
Yeah, I think she might want to cool down a bit because I don't want to like burn myself with said coffee. So we'll leave that for now until she's cooled off. I do not want to sit idly though because there's so much going on. So I want to keep busy. I do want to go back to the storage locker.
You want to take anyone with you to help in any search?
I'm not really talking to anyone at the moment.
Just to make you aware, she wouldn't make you scalding hot coffee. She'd
Doesn't know
make it
that.
lukewarm.
He doesn't know that.
But
No,
I don't know
she'd make it
that.
lukewarm instead.
Yeah.
Old coffee.
Insulting.
No, I'm gonna go on my own, but I'm gonna fire a message to Olo. Good timing. So I'm just gonna fire a message over to Olo, basically being like, I'm going back to my family storage locker if anybody is looking for me. And just head off.
Sends a thumbs up emoji.
Because at least then somebody knows where I am.
As you're leaving the building, you see a dude dressed in a black on black suit with black Ray-Bans, like typical Men in Black, looking so out of place here, with a package under his arm, and if you watch him, he's ringing Errol's door, Errol's apartment. You get a ring in the intercom. It says, "I have the package for you."
Right, come on up. And I buzz him in.
You buzz him in and comes up. It hands you a package like this size. It's heavy.
The old thing.
It's heavy, and he gives it to you. It says, he just nods and walks away. No questions asked, no answers, nothing. Immediately walks away, and you get your phone rings.
I answer it with uncanny. I don't want to know how you always know exactly what's happening. I kind of do. No, I don't. I don't want to know. Don't tell me.
So he says, open the package.
I open the package.
Inside is a cylinder, like a gas cylinder. This contains a compound, a nerve agent that will eliminate anyone in the facility. There is a 2-hour period in which you can provide an antidote, which is given there, that you should use for your friend's mother.
What happens to the people who don't get the antidote?
Help them.
It's going to be a firefight on the way out anyway, so I don't imagine people aren't going to die now.
And I'll spare you the details.
Okay. Thank you.
Anytime, nephew. Anytime.
Uncle,
Yes.
when this is over, can we talk?
About what, nephew?
family stuff.
Now, that is a complicated subject, Errol. You will have to be more specific.
I don't know anything about any of you. I'd like to know. And I have a personal question, but it is not for right now.
I'll be in touch. And hangs up.
Errol like puts the canister very carefully back in its box. And he's like, why does that man just I feel like it. Frightened 5-year-old. Like goes upstairs to talk to Will and her array of family.
The souls.
Oh, there's still a lot of you. Yep. It's very strange to see so many people around.
Get a knock on the door, and I presume you open.
Yep. Will is currently cooking everyone breakfast, so
And I
it
message
it
Olo.
wouldn't be been her who opened it, but yes, she would have been
message
like,
Olo.
"Someone open the
Clara
door."
opens up and says, "Hey, Errol."
Hey, everybody here or just the family at the minute?
Everybody that was left here. So Voltaire and his 3 friends, Clara and Will.
Okay. Olo's back on his floor, so he'll just text him and be like, "Hey, come upstairs. I have a update." And then he'll message RaQui like, I spoke to my uncle. I have a weapon. It's definitely a weapon.
Get that message, RaQui.
I am driving to the storage locker, so I'm not paying attention.
Okay.
RaQui's like, nope.
When you get there, you do see that Errol contacted Giovanni and got a weapon. I'm sure that doesn't sound bad at all.
Nope.
No, I'm just gonna park that for now and be like, I will figure that out when I get
So,
back, because
how much time is RaQui going to spend in the locker?
probably as much as she can get away with until she starts getting disturbed more. So obviously she's had the one message from Errol. Olo knows where she is. And I guess the thought process is if they need her, then she'll start getting messages and calls from everybody. And at that point, she'd be like, head back.
So,
yeah.
Unless, let's assume that it, and we'll revisit, but let's assume that you have most of the day, like, a full day, like a 9 to 5, so 8 hours. Because in essence, there's very little of what your other contacts can provide that won't come, until late. For those 8 hours, let's call it each roll of investigation for finding things in the locker will take about 1 of those hours. So you have a total of 8 rolls that you can make for finding things. Up to you if you wish to continue after 1, or if you decide to look further into 1, like, read through things, or that will eat up some time as well.
Okay.
Up to you if you want to just find things or find, catalog, etc.
I guess it depends on what I find to begin with. I will say that I will check to see if it's my friend working on the reception desk.
He is, and anything you need.
So along the way, I picked up an extra coffee, and I'm just gonna give that to him.
Perfect. Any roll that you need to make with him, you have advantage.
Okay. And then I just head down there.
Make as many rolls as you want to, and I'll come back to you. You can tell me the results.
Yep.
We go back to Will's apartment. Olo, you have come up. Errol, take it away.
So, we were talking about resources, and I know we don't have a list of anything just yet. Reached out to my uncle. He told me not to fuck around with these people, and then immediately realized that's exactly what we were going to do. I think he knows exactly who we're dealing with, and that was pretty much his advice. But because we are going to go fuck around with them and save your mom, I have a weapon.
Where is it? Show me.
Oh, it's in my. It's downstairs.
Okay, what is it?
Gas.
Oh, knockout gas.
Oh, nope.
Okay,
Probably something worse. Before you finish, what kind of eggs do you want?
Scrambled.
Olo?
soft boiled with toast, please.
Okay. I'm gonna carry on cooking
So-
I'm
whilst.
getting hungry.
So before I drag it out of you, what type of gas?
I was spared the details of what it does. There's a 2-hour window where you can administer an antidote,
Okay, how much antidote
which
do we have?
we can give to your mum, Will.
So it's a poison of some type.
Sure. I don't know. I didn't ask specifics. I feel very strange talking to my uncle, okay?
Okay, so we have an antidote for my mom, no antidote for anyone else. So basically, use it beforehand before we actually go in.
Yeah, it's a don't go in there sort of thing.
Carl goes, no, we have blueprints. We mean hook this up to ventilation.
Uh-huh.
Have it go in and clear the facility for
Yeah.
the most part. And then we go in, find your mom, give her the antidote, and walk out,
That's what I was thinking.
leaving a
Massacre.
whole lot of dead people.
Yeah.
Um,
Now you see why talking to my uncle
The
makes
l-
me feel weird.
I'll just tell you from the crowd, the look, Valter, Mira, and the other two, they have a horrified look on their face about this. Clara is not saying a thing, but is very serious.
I'm not suggesting we use it. I just have it. And for the record, I didn't ask for this. I asked for help. This is help.
So how much antidote do we have?
What was
Enough
in the
for my
package?
mom,
One
right?
or more than one?
Of one person, it's an dose for one person.
It's for your mother, Will. It's specifically what he said. One for your mother.
So we pump it in, we kill everyone who's in the building except for Will's mum.
I again, I am telling you what I received, all cards on the table, because if we're not using it, which is fine, I need to put it somewhere else.
Will hand Olo his food very slowly whilst watching Errol.
Pulls
Errol
his dagger out, chops
Errol
the
looks
egg,
directly
dipping.
at Olo and is like, "Who is my uncle? Who is he? Oh my god!"
Yeah. If we had a bit more antidote, it'd definitely take him out. But
Yeah.
We have 2 hours to go in, find Will's mum, administer the antidote, and then everyone else dies.
Yeah.
We don't have enough antidote to administer to everyone else. This is
Maybe it's something we could see if RaQui might be able to help with.
yeah, she might be able
maybe we
to
can make more antidote, disperse it the same way, wake everybody back up again. I don't know.
Hmm.
it would still be a bit of a race against time though. This facility is
but
quite big and we have 2 hours to administer it to everyone.
well, the other thing that I'm thinking is this is not it's not gonna be like, hey, here's the antidote, bam, you feel fine. Whatever happens in the interim before we get to her, and she's not gonna be, she might not. I don't know what it does, but he said that he would spare me the details, which kind of implies nothing good. She might not be capable of just walking herself out, antidote or not.
So we put that as plan B then.
Plan B, if shit's terrible, but we don't want to be anywhere near this gas.
Walter goes, oh, wait. Are we seriously considering killing like 100 people
No.
preemptively?
No.
No, definitely not. If we had the enough antidote to save everyone, it might be an option.
Yeah.
But with enough antidote for one, no.
Right, because potentially we could preemptively set off canister and then preemptively have enough antidote to just fill the facility with as well, and then everything would still be terrible but would potentially be better.
We would be exactly the same as my grandfather, our grandfather, if we basically committed not genocide, but like
Mass murder. Yes, that's the word you're looking for.
Yeah. That.
Preemptive punishment.
I mean, they could be like, Mom, they might be innocent. The other people just following orders.
Yeah, right. They're just soldiers.
Yeah,
okay,
that didn't stop me getting sent to jail.
Tabled. It's something we have fully on board with, it being something we continue to have, and something that requires storage later or returning to sender, probably better.
Probably not better.
I don't know. This is his version of help, Will. This was his version of help.
Yeah, do you want to give it back to him?
I really think he thinks this is gonna solve it. I mean, it would, I guess. Oh, I just got an insight into Giovanni that I didn't have.
I'm gonna glance at Clara. I would like to do an insight check on her.
Make an insight check.
Ooh, a dirty 20.
Is concerned. Bit afraid.
I have a question for everybody here. We don't know what we're walking into, or really who these people are. Someone who does, this was their answer. I don't think we're scared enough. I'm not saying that we shouldn't do this. We have to save your mom. But I don't think we're scared enough right now. We're looking at this like and Errol looks at Olo and Will because they're his two friends that are here. I don't want to lose anybody else on this mission. And forgive me for saying it out loud, but your mother wouldn't want you guys dead in trying to save her. We are going to need a more drastic plan. I'm not saying that drastic, just a more drastic plan than we've been thinking about.
Clara looks at you and says, would being more afraid help in any way? Because I've been to battlefields. I know what being afraid is. And you suck it up, you bury it down, and you move ahead.
Yeah.
Your heart's going to be pumping. Hey, that's going to bring on the adrenaline. You'll be faster. You'll be stronger. You'll likely get yourself killed, but people die any day. If we're going to do this, I'm going to be perfectly blunt with all of you. If you're doing this, you have to be ready for you to die and other people to die and keep going. If you can't, get the fuck away from this mission. Because you're going to get people killed.
Will's gonna look at Errol when she says that.
She's not wrong.
No, I know she's not wrong. I'm looking at you because you have something to live for.
Everybody here has something to live for, Will. Jesus.
All of
You
my
just accept
family are
yourself
basically
to stay
going. All of my family are going to be there with me.
Yeah. You make it sound like I haven't died for this team more than once already.
I know you have, which is why I'm saying, do you want to die again?
No, I'm not going into this wanting to die.
I am prepared to die for this. Is what I'm saying.
I'm prepared to make other people die for this. I'd rather not do it myself.
Okay. Them or us. Same as always. Errol doesn't say it out loud, but in his head, he's kind of like, if it's going to be them or us, lots of people are going to die that day, regardless of if it being preempted or not. So he's kind of like, I find the concept of that horrific, but in practice, results are going to likely be very similar. We will be walking away from a bloodbath, whether it is 100 people or less. And then that thought doesn't sit great with him, but he kind of like sits and eats his food quietly, mulling that thought over.
So Errol kind of now understands the gift of the canister in a way.
Yeah. And weirdly, he glances at Clara and kind of just nods his head because he's like halfway to thinking if anybody here is going to consider the canister, it's Clara. And he's not thinking about it right now because he doesn't want to consider using it, but he's still like, I'm fucking gonna die. This isn't a infiltration save the day mission. Like, it was presented at the beginning. And his fucking husband is here.
And as you all enjoy a very uncomfortable breakfast, delicious but uncomfortable. RaQui, how many rolls have you made?
I've started with 3.
The results.
And 27, 28, and 18.
With an 18, you find a photo album. It's an old photo album from your grandfather and your grandmother. Them very much like dating from young age, and it's kind of like a chronicle of their relationship. With the two, what was the other one? 27, the other one?
And 28.
With the 27, you find psychiatric files for your grandmother. With the 28, you find a set of recordings. You recognize them. They look like the same, like cartridge-like recordings that Will was watching through while you were in Reverend Day. Same style. And it just says RaQui's episodes. For the record, you know your grandmother was also called RaQui.
Oh.
Okay.
3 hours gone.
Can I spend my next one reading through the psychiatric files?
You don't need to roll. We'll just consume an hour.
Okay.
These psychiatric files show, and it's an assessment, and it says that the patient suffers from audiovisual hallucinations, constantly talking to people that aren't there. The diagnostic is schizophrenia, some kind. So there's various reports that as time passes, the severity of the episodes of those hallucinations will be more intense, making the patient prone to bouts of self-harm. There's description of kind of bruising and such, but not, it's, nothing too graphic. But there is a note saying the subject has a very vivid imagination. She somehow described my mother in detail. My mother's been dead for 20 years. That's the psychiatric file. It's very much it's years of this. Eventually, the last one just showed that she was having very bad episodes, like really bad, and that medicine did very little to suppress it.
Okay.
4 hours gone, half your day, so to speak, is gone.
The tapes I'm gonna park to take back with me. So I'm gonna do another 2. Let's see what I get off of that. Oh, that's not good. So that's a 17 and a 23.
With the 17, you find find an old teddy bear.
No.
It's kind of mangy, so it's kind of disheveled, but he has a little bow, like a bow tie, and under it is written, like on the flip side of it is written your mom and your aunt's name. As you pick him up, it seems to jingle.
Okay.
With the 22, you find photos from your parents. It's almost like that same, follow the same, kind of the same timeline. Sorry, not your parents. This photo was not your parents, because your grandfather was gone a fair amount of time before that. Sorry, my mistake. Let me look this up. With a 22. Find a small suitcase. Like those like foldable kind of suitcase things that you can take on planes as a carry-on, but are for like suits. It's one of those. Inside is a set of women's clothing, including like a rosary, and clearly your grandmother's. There's a set of clothes. It's a set of dresses and such. You get a strange sense from them. Like your RaQui sense tingles.
Okay.
2 hours remaining.
So for my last two, I would like to know why the teddy bear jingles, and I want to see if I can delve into that feeling on the suitcase a bit more.
I'm gonna ask you, do you want to do this right there, or is it something you would prefer to do back home and try to find more?
I take maybe the clothing there is not a sensible idea. I'll take them both back. I'll do them both back. I'll do my last two to see if I can find anything else. And then so far I've got the tapes, the teddy bear, and the suitcase coming back. See what we get. That's a little bit better. So 21 and 26.
With the 26, you dig around and you find what looks to be a wooden carving. The wooden carving is of like a tree. It's almost like a pedestal, or a trophy. You put it in a place and it is finely carved, rectangular. Almost again, it looks like a lectern, but small size. At the top, it grows a branch, and on it is a crow. And on it is etched the name Revere. RAVEER. Revere. You get a huge feeling from this. Like it thrums with power in your hands.
Okay.
With the other roll, you find a set of like adornments for your wings, almost like armor, like metal pieces that go over the arch of your, like the bones of your armor, like the solid part of them. They're kind of silver and gold. They look decorative, but sturdy. Putting, you grab them, you put them on for a moment, immediately realize again this is another magical artifact.
Okay.
With these rolls, you have covered about 60% of what the storage container can offer. As I mentioned before to all of you, there is one thing in this locker room that you will only ever find with a natural 20.
Okay. So coming back with me then will be the adornments from wings, the wooden carving, the suitcase, the teddy bear, and the recordings.
Yep.
And I'll take the psychiatric files as well. I'll take it all. Why not?
Record, just so you know, I don't know if you have the spell available, but if you cast yourself like, Eagle Splendor enhanced ability of some kind, you get advantage on all the investigation rolls. For next time. If you can enhance your intelligence, you get advantage on the rolls.
Oh, I think I've got that as well. That was silly. Or have I? Yeah, I've got enhance ability.
And if you find yourself a familiar, they can provide help action. Or if you bring someone along with you, they can provide help action and give you advantage again.
Yeah. Okay. I shall remember for next time.
Never say I don't give you anything.
Well, a party member forgetting all of their things. Who would have thought you would do that?
It's not like this party does it a lot.
Yeah. Rookie mistake.
Without your return home from a productive day, and at the end of that day, you get a message, an update from Corin Errol, saying that he has a few things just waiting for the paperwork to go through on another set of details, and he will be home with the rest of the stuff tomorrow, but he has to stay overnight.
Does he want to do dinner?
He will get dinner at the Foundation. He's staying there.
Errol will send. No. Errol just says, "Okay. Be safe. I will see you tomorrow." Errol just spends most of the day ruminating on the shit that has happened today.
On Will's side, there is a knock on the door. You open the door, and outside is a courier dragging a box. It says, I have a package from you from the Seekers Guild.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
You pull it in, and there's a card on it, and you open it, and it kind of is a big card. You fold it up, and it's just ha weapons.
I thought he was gonna pop out of the box.
Ping.
Clara, I think this package is actually for you.
She opens it and pulls out the strangest pistols and two pistols and a shotgun, but they look strange. You've seen the usual Criscar pistols. They're just like a wooden frame, and you just slap a crystal on top. You've seen Republic weapons, which are more in line with our modern day weapons, or more cyberpunky, but they're just guns and rifles. This seems like a fuse of both. There's crystalline and metal parts, some wooden elements, and it has clips, but the bullets are made of pure crystal. And he's like, the fuck is this? He's like,
She shows her the thing that says ha 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 weapons.
Test these out somewhere. Does the Skill Guild have a gun range?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure they do. Probably.
Need to test these out. They're not standard. Like they have a bit more heft because they do like full rifles. Not because the benefit of Chris Carvey versus other weapons, it's that the wooden frame weighs very little. Like they're all more or less light weapons, except being a bit bulkier to handle in one hand. But for the most part, most of them you can carry one hand, and then the crystal is what weighs, and even that is not that heavy.
Mhm.
This is something else, and you kind of guess why Peacekeeper was giddy.
Why I gave them to
There
Clara.
is a tiny note at the bottom that says, "P.S. I'm not supposed to have these." So it says, so I never gave them to you.
Oh no, where did he get them from?
Probably a foundation.
Oh yeah, they were working on things, right? Corin said prototypes. I love that. Peacecraft's just like, yeah, I took them and I fixed the shit that was wrong with them.
I will remind you that there are weapons-based companies out there.
There are, yes.
And I think as you're getting that, and RaQui returns to start rummaging through the family trove, I think that's a perfect place to leave this session. Next week, we finish the preparations and actually go and do the thing. After that, well, we'll see what happens. You now have an option, and Errol is considering of mass murder. That's all I wanted to do. That was my goal today. No, to mention, I didn't plan for you to call Giovanni, but it happened.
Family reunion.
So thank you all for watching. We hope you had a good time, and quickly go around people and tell who they are, who they're playing, and if they wish to do so, tell you where you can find the dark corners of the internet. So Nate.
Hello, I'm Nate. I've been playing Errol Reminash, the Cragling Fighter. You can find me on Twitter as Tiniest Sidekick, and on this channel every Sunday playing Aetherseed D&D, and every other Friday playing our Vampire the Masquerade game.
Hi, I'm Jade. I played Will Soul. You can find me on here playing every Sunday. Also every other Friday playing vampires. Also, if you didn't check it out, I did play a charity game 2 days ago on the channel JDRF, which is Diabetes and Dragons, which was raising money for type 1 diabetes, which was a lot of good fun as well. Check it out, please.
I am Kat, and I have been playing RaQui MriTtyur today. Excited to go through some family heirlooms.
And Olo.
Hi, I'm Ash. I was playing Olo Proudburrow, who's putting off family drama to after he's died doing this mission.
That's it for us
Before drama.
for tonight. Thank you for watching. Hope you had a good time. See you next time. Bye-bye.